Hey man, just got your stuff. Everything is looking good. I was going to say here, this is one of your best weeks ever. Your FTPs look fantastic. Your 20-minute power and even your 10-minute sets at the end of the week look just everything's looking even better. So I think you got a really good reason to be excited about it. I'm really liking the numbers. I'm liking how everything's showing up here. So uh, let's take a look at how everything's laying out here, man. So remember how we were hoping to be. You were like -3. We wanted to add a one on here, so -4. That's exactly where we wanted to be. So just by tweaking it up just a tiny bit every week, we're really hitting our goal there. And you were 371 for your training stress for the week. And I believe if I pull open your stress planner here, we had like 385 or something like that for our goal. So awesome. Awesome. So we're going to try to push towards 402. I think um, I've got added into the workout set this week the stuff that you're going to want. FTP2 starts this week, so that's um, a big deal. And you know enough about what to do. The only difference between FTP1 and FTP2 is that we're knocking back 2 minutes of recovery in between the sets. So you're ready. We've been doing this long enough, and you are definitely ready for it. Your training stress looks great. Everything else besides for that, your power the next day after a hard ride is looking fantastic. So honestly, man, I really couldn't be happier. I think this is exactly where we want to see you. For the week, if we look at Mark's week here, you can see that big peak here. Obviously when you stretch it out over 30 days, you can see that it shows a little bit better here. Your nice build towards the week. You see how that's kind of stair stepping up each week. Boom, boom, boom. So, and we're just adding enough so things like your knee and those kind of things, they can handle it better. And you reached a peak of -9 TSB. That's after that hard ride Sunday. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was Sunday. You're going to switch that around this week. You're going to do your hard ride Saturday, which I think is smart. And then we'll just move the Saturday and Sunday around a little bit here. So, and I even went into the formulas in here trying to figure out why it's not showing your 20-minute peak correctly in here. And the formulas are exactly the same. Like for example, if I configure this here and I go to if I go to peak 20 minutes, it's that formula there is exactly the same as it should be. So there's something going on. There's something crazy here. And I don't know exactly what the reasoning is for that. But either way, we're finding your 20-minute peak in there. So basically, just ignore that number. Um, and let's see what else. So if we go here to your let's see. Let's have a look at your calendar, and you can see here that for the week. Let me just stretch this out here, make it a little bit easier for you to see. Of course, your big rides here and here. Those are all your. Oops, that's. Let me get back to your week so you can see it there. There you go. There's your Saturday ride. Your Wednesday ride here, 78. So good high training stress score. Good high intensity factor on each one of those days. Everything's looking good. Exactly what we want. MFTP is still heading up. You added another watt to your MFTP. So even though we know that this number here is incorrect too, still the data is cycling up. It's moving up. So everything is moving up. It's sort of that, just like what we talked about in that other overall chart. You can see everything just kind of slowly moving up. If we look at the majority of your power here, was focused in. Here's your recovery and here's your hard work over here. All good. You're keeping your cadence in the high 80 and above. Generally, is pretty much where you live. So that's really good. I wish I was better at that, like you are. So Time and zones, you can see there's some, you're pushing some VO2 max. Most of your stuff is in tempo and threshold. This looks better than pretty much any of the guys I coach. A lot of the guys don't have quite as much up in here. So this looks really good, man. Um, and you can see your training stress, by day. You can see, that you're getting the peak recovery, and your intensity factor is following as well too. So all good. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Time and distance. Of course, you didn't see anything outdoors. You haven't been outdoors, poor guy, for a couple weeks. We're actually Denver's in the middle of a. They just hit serious drought level, so we don't have anything really on the ground. So, and the weather's been crazy warm. We actually hit 80 degrees, I think, last Saturday or Sunday. It's pretty bizarre. Anyhow, let's see. Let's go into your week. Let's start off with your awesome FTP on Wednesday. If I go here to the intervals, dude, check these out. So 320, 321, 322, 323, and your efficiency factor started out awesome, and then man, did it hold. It held great on here. And I'm not too worried about your left-right balance here. That's, obviously you're favoring a little bit of your left leg there, but not too much. And I think when you get outdoors, this will probably clear up, and you can see percentage of your FTP. You were right on 100%, right at your FTP. You nailed this one here, dude. 322. Those are hard. Those are hard to do. So you'll see our goal for next week, because we're knocking back 2 minutes of recovery on there, and you can see you're hitting your recovery within 2 minutes. But it is another thing to not get those other 3 minutes or the other 2 minutes to recover prior to your FTP. So on your FTP2, your goal is going to be basically anywhere between 290 and 310. And maybe what we'll just do is we'll just watch it and see how you feel this week. And if you feel okay, then we can add on to that. But FTP2's the main thing is just the less recovery there. So this is fantastic. This is one of your best FTPs, and you should be happy with it. So Thursday, we just grabbed 3 ranges here, and those are those, and I'm going to have more of the same, and I think I marked you this week to average, if I go to interval, you're holding 259 to 260, something like that. I think I marked you to basically, let's see, I think I have you at 260. So if you could do this week just what you did this here, and I'm knocking back your recovery time just a little bit. Like I said, I'm just going to try to make it a little bit more difficult this week, just so we can get that extra maybe 15 training stress points as part of our goal on the training stress planner. But your recovery's coming back great, and you can see your efficiency factor holding great. Actually, after the first set went 1.76, and it stayed, and it even went back up to 1.76. So again, no sign of poor fitness. This is a great sign of awesome fitness. And then on Friday, just kind of our hitting our our high power bursts randomly here. We'll go ahead and repeat that as well this week too. So. And then Saturday, this was your peak here, and this was all, basically everything to be done off of heart rate. Your 20-minute peak was, in a good recovery zone here. If I click on that, so about 185 watts, perfect. That's what we want. That's just your, kind of just go backfill all of that hard work, and get ready for this Sunday ride. So your Sunday ride, here's your 20-minute power. Awesome, dude. It's interesting to me too, because your heart rate picks up here, right? Your power picks up, your power stays, your body figures out, hey, I'm in this for the long haul, I might as well start getting more efficient, and your heart rate comes, what are you, 158, you recover back down to 146, and then you start working up again. So it's pretty interesting, like your body's really handling this stuff well. And so we see that a couple of times. It's like your body says, okay, I guess I'm in this for the long haul. I'm going to make sure I stay efficient, It gets more efficient, and then you start picking it up here again. But obviously your power is increasing over the whole scope of the whole thing. Like if I survey that selection there, let me check there. That selection there, your power in that zone is 292, and then as we go later on in here, you're building, and that selection there, you're 305. So you can see you're adding more power as you go, and that's exactly what you do in a TT, right? You might have the high power to get started off with, but over the course of the race, that's what you're training your brain to do, is just to build power the whole thing. And so, yeah, man, you got to be happy with this. This is awesome. And then there's your spin and backfill at the end there. So more, there are your weights, some good recovery heart rate. We're adding more time there. I'm going to keep all that the same. So much the same this week. They get you back over here. So much the same this week. And what I mean by that is FTP2, that's the bigger thing. So that's going to add more training stress. And then 260 was your goal. I had you 240 before. And then here, 90 minutes, but I'm saying make the first 90 active recovery and then move the second half up to endurance. And you can go ahead, I'm going to just say keep in the random bursts. I like those. Those are good for you, and they're quick and they're easy, and they make the time go by quicker. And then this is your FTP day here, your 20-minute FTP day. So you'll be outdoors, and so again, we're really we're shooting for that 290 to 310, and mostly you've got the ability. It's mostly just finding a place where you can get 20 minutes of solid power in. That's the trick. And so we have a place here in Denver, Lookout Mountain, where you can climb for. It's a 25-minute climb, and generally that's the best place for us to do it because there are no stop signs or any of that other thing, and it's a long climb. So it definitely works good for that. So just finding a place is tricky. And then this will be your 120 minutes all heart rate. I'm going to say bump it up and keep the low end of your heart rate about 140 and the high about 145. So keep it in between that range. That's just going to add maybe 7 or 8 training stress points to you, but between some of these things here and this here and that, we should have you pretty darn near that 400. I think our goal, what's our goal? 402. Yeah. Yep. So we should be pretty darn close to that. And then we'll do another week of that, and we'll give you an easy week. We'll probably keep the FTP2 in that week, and we may break out your 20-minute power to like 2 10-minute things with a big recovery in between. Just we want to keep you sharp, and we also want to allow you to recover. So sorry about all these notifications coming up. Okay, man. I think we got what you need. Again, great week, fantastic, best week ever, and we're just gonna get better from here. So just stay healthy, keep your hydration, watch that knee, do all the things you've been doing. Yeah, that's what we got. So great job, love you, buddy, and we'll talk to you soon.